Hi, BookTube. It's Missy, and today I'm at my desk. I just got a new webcam, and I'm not planning on using this very often, but today I figured since I don't have any room to set up the tripod, that I would try doing it here. So excuse the mess. So this is I'm not used to looking up at the top of my computer. So this is the wrap up for the Bout Books 10.0. Now, before I started my Bout Books read-a-thon, I had a TBR listed and I was planning on reading a couple sequels and then a couple graphic novels to make a total of 6 books altogether. I was really excited to do that, and then the fires happened in San Diego and then everything got messed up, so I just read a ton of graphic novels and a little bit of one novel. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is, is that right? No. Ooh, okay. Is Dorian Gray. This is a classic by Oscar Wilde. This one was drawn by Edgington and Colbard, I think. And I really enjoyed this story, so much so that I'm thinking of buying the physical copy of Dorian Gray. And let me show you a little bit of the pictures. It's all black and white, and that was a funny scene. And it's about a man who is in his, I think, early 20s, and he's vain, but he didn't know it yet. He meets this guy who takes a liking to him, and if you want to say it, he's the devil on his shoulder, whereas the man who introduced Dorian to the devil was an angel. Let's play it by that. So there's the painter who's the angel, and this man that's a friend, the devil. And so Dorian meets him and decides that he's not going to listen to the artist friend anymore. He doesn't care about the things that he has to say. He doesn't want to be good. He wants to be bad. And so the painter paints a portrait of Dorian before all this takes place. Dorian decides he's going to sell his soul to the devil to keep him youthful and forever young, even though his body is inside. He ages, obviously, but his face stays young and beautiful. And what happens with that vanity and the corrupted soul and all of his hatred, and does he make friends? What happens with the rest of his life? And it all comes tumbling down at the end. It was so good to watch this horrible man get what he deserves. So that was the first one. Next, I read another classic, Pride and Prejudice, and this is a Marvel comic. I'm having a hard time figuring out where I'm supposed to hold these books. So this is a Marvel comic, super, super pretty in the inside. I really enjoyed it. I've read Pride and Prejudice a few times. I've read it, with just the regular original version, and then I've read the Pride and Prejudice Zombies, which I totally loved. So this was a nice graphic novel to go with the other readings that I had. And if you read Pride and Prejudice, it's the exact same story. You know what happens. So I'm not going to go into that because this is going to be kind of a long video. Next, I read Lock and Key, and this one is by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. This one was really gory. Really nice pictures. It's about a family who the dad gets killed. The 2 kids, there's 2 boys and a girl, so the children and the mom move into a family home called the Lock Home, I believe, and they move in with the uncle and they live there. The kids enroll in the new school and everything, but the secret about this house is there's hidden doors and all of these different keys that lead to these hidden doors, and the doors are magical. Not necessarily like a Harry Potter kind of magic, but more of a like a creepy paranormal kind of magic. and so, like, one door leads to a kind of ghost link where you essentially die and turn into a ghost, but then you can ask to be brought back, and so your soul goes back into its body, and then you're whole again. But it's very bizarre, and I'm very excited to read the rest of the series. Next, I read Alice in the Country of Hearts, and thank goodness this is actually the right volume I was looking for, so I got to end the book series with this one. And in the previous ones, Alice was trying to get all of the people in Wonderland to not fall in love with her, but to befriend her so she could fill up her little bottle. And once the bottle was filled up, if she drank it, then she would, you know, awake from the dream and be back into reality. And with that said, she did drink the bottle at the end, but something happens. I'm not going to say what, but it was a kind of unexpected ending, and I wish it didn't end that way, but we all can't have what we want, right? So that is Alice in the Country of Hearts. And I always forget to tell you guys who this is from, but it's from Quinn Rose. Quinn Rose. The next graphic novel that I read was Paul Moves Out. And like I said in the previous kind of blip on this book, the people live in Canada. So the boy, is his name Paul? And what is his name? Can I just say boy and girl? Because I don't remember what her name was. Anyways, the boy and the girl meet in a like a graphic design class in college, and they end up moving in together, and it's just their life together. And then, you know, she, at the end of the book, she has her nieces come over and they watch them, and then they have this feeling that they want to have a baby. Basically, I mean, I gave this book 4, I think, out of 5 stars. It was kind of boring and mundane, but again, kind of interesting. I mean, the pictures are pretty. I mean, they're not amazing, but they're not awful either. And it was okay. Next, I read Vampire Loves by, what's this, something, Joanne Sarr? Is it Joanne? What is his name? Yeah, Joanne Sarr. This was really funny. This is about a vampire named Ferdinand who is in love with a mandrake or mandragora, and she doesn't love him back. Well, she kind of does, but she likes to be, you know, out with the boys, and so she cheats on him. And there's 4 stories in this one book, and it just talks about him and his friends and his horrible love life and how he can't catch a break. And it's funny. And did I show you the pictures? And it's can you see it? Sort of. It was cute. I liked it. The next one that I read was The Amulet of Samarkand. And this one, there's no more in the library, so I don't know how this continues, and I probably will never find out because I don't want to buy these. But it was good. It was about a boy who is taken from his home when he's about 11, I think, and he becomes an apprentice to a magician. The magician is working with the government in England, and in this book, magicians are everybody knows about magicians, magic and seances, and, you know, summoning demons and all that. Everybody knows about it, and they kind of work with the government to keep people in line. And so this boy needs to save the day after he did something terrible, which, you know, just like the Mickey Mouse one, he decides that he's going to, the Mickey Mouse one, the Mickey Mouse and the sorcerer in Fantasia. You know, Mickey Mouse wants to try on the hat. He wants to pretend he's a magician, and then he makes a whole lot of mess. Well, this boy does the same thing. He wants to get back at one of the magicians who made him look bad, and so tons of bad things happen after that, and in the end it kind of gets better, but not really. Shush, Ron. And so that is that. The next book that I read was Gunner Craig Court, and this one was super cute. I mean, I just adored these pictures. She's so pretty, and this one was amazing. And again, another book that has like 5 of these volumes in the collection, and the library only has this one, which makes me really sad. But this is about a girl named, what's her name? Antimony, and she goes to a boarding school. I think this is also in England, and the boarding school is all about technology, also, which is so weird, about mythology. So they deal with a lot of mythical creatures along with technology, and it's very confusing, and there's tons of chapters, but it was really cute, and I kind of got the gist, but not really, but I liked it anyway, and I do want to read the rest of them. And I looked it up, and it was like $20 for each of these books, so I'm going to see if I can find them, maybe at the dollar bookstore. Who knows? We'll find out. But I really, really liked this series. All right, the last 2 books before I go, I am now reading, what is this, Taller Tales, and this one is kind of more like a comic book. There's like really skinny pages, and the drawings are very like Batman-y, if that makes any sense. Like there's a picture of a girl in here where it shows her boobs, and this is, I don't really know what this is about just yet, but what I've got the gist of in the first couple chapters is about a dream world and how these people interact in dreamland, and how they, you know, if that makes sense. It's just about dreamland and how characters interact in the dreamland. So there is obviously the waking land where us human beings roam, and then there's the dreamland where all of our dreams hang out, and there's a community of these dream characters, and it seems really cool so far. And then lastly, I did not get to finish Hollow City. I am halfway, about 50, like 48%. This is so good, and I am like really, really scared at what's going on right now, and I can't wait to give this a full review, like at the end of the month when I do my full wrap up. But this is really good so far. And that was it. So I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 graphic novels and half of Hollow City, and I am starting this one as well. That is my wrap up for the Bout of Books 10.0. I hope you guys had a wonderful reading week. If you also participated in the read-a-thon, and hopefully you guys all have a great week this week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.